Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
This morning, sun's a bit
This
hazy.
is my favorite.
Checking the forecast, things looking crazy. A storm on the horizon, the pressure is low. Gotta get moving, put on a show. The news is all buzzing, state of alert. But we've got a plan, we're ready to work. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. See a little fire or a rising flood, we're a well-oiled machine, we're running in the mud. From the city hall meetings to the rescue teams, turning worst case scenarios into hopeful dreams. We're training the people, we're stocking the gear, we're the team you can count on when trouble is near. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. It's more than a job, it's a calling, you see. Prepared for the present and what's yet to be. Every second counts, we're ready to react for our communities. We're making an impact. Emergency Management Associates, we're here for the crisis, we're here for the fates. From the first sign of trouble to the all clear sign, we're on the front lines, we're one of a kind. Emergency Management Associates, we're the calm in the chaos, we're opening gates, connecting the dots and making the calls. We're picking you up when you're starting to fall. Yeah, we're picking you up, we're ready to go. EMA, let's get this show on the road.
How about that, guys? Emergency Management Associates. We've got the song now. How about that? That's a great thing. We want to welcome everybody to our show tonight. This is Ron Tyler coming to you from the Area Command, 392 miles west of Kodiak Beach, North Carolina. Welcome, everybody. I've set a goal tonight of 10 super chats of $5 or more. If we get $5, we get 10 super chats of $5 or more within the next 30 minutes. I'll put on a special members only program tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. So, guys, if you want to see me tomorrow morning with the members only chat, join our chat here. Down the top of the program description, the very top, it has a link called Join. Click on that, join our chat as a member, and tomorrow morning you can also, well, right now, you can join a super chat and join our channel tomorrow morning with Emergency Management Associates members only channel. Let's do that tomorrow morning, guys. 10 super chats of $5 or more will get you a members only meeting tomorrow morning. So please do that. Now, I want to start off this program talking about earthquakes, literally around the globe. Okay? One of the earthquakes was a major earthquake down in the Philippines. Let me give that to you right now. Let me show you where the earthquake happened. Okay, I'm going to take down our banner. I'm going to take down our webcam right now. I'm first going to start up here on the southeast side of the Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia. We're still getting earthquakes there. These are aftershocks. Over 1 month after an 8.8, 9.4 earthquake hit here off the Kamchatka Peninsula, we're still getting earthquakes. Aftershocks. Aftershocks, guys. This one was a 5.1 large quake. 5.1 large quake. This one was 26 miles deep. This one was also 26 miles deep, but this here was a 5.5 earthquake. This is the biggest earthquake today off the Kamchatka Peninsula. This is a very strong, or not very strong, but very large 5.5 earthquake. Okay? Just to the east of there, on the fault line here. The fault line coming out of Japan. This earthquake was a 4.9 moderate quake. Just north there, also on the fault line here, is another 4.8. This one was 12.8 miles deep. Okay, so we're still getting aftershocks on the Kamchatka Peninsula over a month later. This is going to happen. We told you it could go weeks, months, or possibly even years. We're going to see aftershocks from that major quake a month ago. It's happening now. Happening all over the place. Now, they're not showing earthquakes over here in Japan, but there are earthquakes here on the east coast of Japan. They're not talking about it, unfortunately. Let's go down here in the Mariana Trench area. This is the Pagan region, the Northern Mariana Islands, okay? This is a 4.5 earthquake here. This is 112 miles deep, okay? Let's go further south here, okay? I don't want Papua New Guinea yet, right here. This is what I want here. Okay, this is the Central Philippines. Central Philippines. Off the coast here. Off the coast of Calapi, Philippines here. This is a 7.4 earthquake. This is a 7.4 earthquake. USGS has this as a 6.9. I've done the research. This is a 7.4 major quake. Off the coast of Calapi, Philippines. Major earthquake. Now they're only showing 5 other aftershocks. Let me show you this. Just over here to the southeast. This is a large 5.0. To the northwest, this is a 4.6. Further to the north, this is Talisay, Philippines, with a 5.2 earthquake. 5.2 earthquake here. Down south here, Libertad, Philippines. This is another large 5.0. Now, guys, these 2 earthquakes are on land. These 2 earthquakes are on land, guys. This means these people saw damage to their homes and farmland out here. Okay? This was a large 5.0. Look where it's at. Look where it's at. This is a town with farmland around it. These people saw damage to the houses and to their lifestyle here in the Philippines. 5.0 large earthquake here. And just to the south here, this is another 5.0. This is near Guadalupe, Philippines. Guadalupe, Philippines here. Large 5.0 earthquake. Okay, this is just west of Guadalupe, or just not west, I'm sorry, just southeast of Guadalupe, Philippines. Okay, so these people saw damage. Now, what we're showing you here is this major quake here. Okay, this was a 7.4 earthquake off the coast. Off the coast. 7 miles east-southeast. 7 miles east-southeast of Kloppy, Philippines. This is not far enough offshore to have the water absorb the shock waves of this quake. Okay? The ocean here did not absorb all the shock waves. These towns here got nailed. These towns here got nailed, guys. This is an urban area. This is pretty much an urban area and farmland here. They got nailed. They got nailed. Okay? It's a sad day. We're going to have to pray for the people in the central Philippines. This is sad. Now, guys, look where this earthquake is. Out in the ocean. Typically, when we see an earthquake far enough out in the ocean, it's far enough away from land where the ocean waters absorb the shock waves of the quake. Not this time. This is only 7 miles offshore. This is terrible. This is really terrible. These people got hit. Now, I want to show you something else here that you need to see. Let me bring up our webcam here again. Okay, let me get this here. Oh, come on. No. My device is playing games with me today as everything else is. It's kind of crazy today. All right. I'm going onto my device and I'm going to show you what this earthquake really did. Okay. It was not just one or two large earthquakes. It wasn't just one or two large earthquakes. Okay. This is a 7.4 earthquake right here. That's a 7.4 earthquake right there. Okay. They're only showing two large earthquakes there. Guess what? There's more. This is a 5.0 earthquake that USGS showed you. Okay. Up to the north there. This is a 5.2 earthquake there. These are large earthquakes. But down to the south, there are two more large earthquakes. 5.0, another 5.0 to the south as they showed you. However, look at all these other earthquakes. 25 aftershocks. 25 total aftershocks, and USGS is only showing 5. The Philippines got rocked today. The Philippines got rocked. These are these are quakes. These are aftershocks from 5.0 down to 2.5. Yes, 2.5 earthquakes, most people can't feel. Those are minor earthquakes. But there are a lot of 3s and 4s as well. For example, this is a 4.1 moderate quake there. Moderate quakes cause moderate damage, regardless of what USGS or any agency has to say. 4.0, 4.9 earthquakes can cause moderate damage, and that's what we see today in the Philippines. They got nailed today. They got really nailed. USGS is not even telling the story. Okay? Number one, they lied about the strength of the first major quake, and then they lied about everything else, as you can see. Unreal. Philippines got nailed. They're not the only ones. They're not the only ones that got hit today. Let's go to Java, Indonesia here. Okay. Guys, this is Calicut, Indonesia. This is another 6.0 very strong earthquake. Another 6.0 very strong earthquake here. This is 20 miles southeast of Calicut, Indonesia, which is actually right here. Okay? But again, they're not telling the story. They're not telling the story at all. This is a 4.5 moderate quake there. It's incredible. It's incredible. Guess what? Here's another case where there are 20 plus earthquakes here. 20 plus earthquakes, 20 plus aftershocks here. And they're not telling the story. Look at that. Incredible. Now these, I'm going to rattle these off. To the north, there's a 2.7 minor earthquake there. Now I'm going to talk to you about these other quakes. To the northwest, a 2.5. To the northeast, a 2.7, 3.0, 3.1, 2.7, 3.1, 2.7 to the south. Let's go over to the west. 2.5, 2.5, 2.7, 2.8. Another 2.8 right there. And further out here to the west, 2.9 and a 2.8. These are minor aftershocks. Minor aftershocks, minor earthquake aftershocks. That earthquake here is a lot more. This is a 6.0 earthquake. Notice that we have these corresponding earthquakes here in line. These inline earthquakes. Now I want to talk about this. This also is very important. In the past, when we've seen earthquakes in straight lines like this means that our military is taking out underground military tunnels. They're taking out underground military tunnels here. Unreal. Let's go to the top of this perpendicular, top of this vertical line here. Okay, that first one is a 2.7. The second one is a 2.5. The third one is 3.2, and this is a 4.5. This next one, going from bottom to top here, that is a 2.6 earthquake. 2.6, 2.8, and then another 3.5. Off to the east, we have two earthquakes. This first one is a 2.8, and just north there, this is the 3.1. This next straight line here is four earthquakes. This first one is a 3.9 small quake, 3.9. The next one is a 3.4. Next one is a 3.4, and this is a 2.8. And just above it is a 6.0 very strong quake. Now, when we see these vertical lines like we've seen it here, they can be vertical or horizontal. All this means is that the military is taking out deep underground military bases. Taking out deep underground military bases. We've seen it all over the world. We've seen it here in the United States. We've seen it in Mexico. We've seen it up in Canada. We've seen it in Spain as well. Okay, deep underground military bases here. Two more earthquakes over here to the east. This is a 2.7 here. Just above it, it's a 3.0. Okay? Deep underground military bases here. That 6.0 that you see here is just probably one of those earthquakes that may have precipitated these earthquakes here. Okay? That's what happened over here east of Java here. Okay? Now there are also other earthquakes here as well. Let me pull out this map here. Okay? Over here on the western side of Java here, on the western south side of Java here, this is a 4.6 moderate earthquake here. This is 22 miles deep. 22 miles deep, but it's not the only earthquake here. USGS has it as the only earthquake here, but there's more. There's quite a few more. Okay? That's a 4.1. Just northwest of there is a 4.6. That's the earthquake that USGS is showing. Okay? Here's some more. This is a 3.4. This is another 3.4. That's a 3.3. And one more to the north. This is a 2.9, 3.0. So instead of just having one 4.6 earthquake, we have all of these. All of these. Okay? 8 earthquakes here. 8 earthquakes, and they say there's only one. Unreal. Now on the southern tip of Sumatra here, you see where Jakarta is here? Just northwest of there is Sumatra, the island of Sumatra. Over here on the southeast coast right here is where we have the next earthquake. This is a 4.0 earthquake here. 4.0 moderate earthquake there. 2 more earthquakes on the southern coast of Sumatra. Again, USBS is not showing any of this. None of it. One of the earthquakes happened right there. That's a 3.1 earthquake. Padang, Indonesia. North of there, northwest of there. Northwest of there is a 2.5 minor earthquake there. Okay. But again, they don't want to show it. Why? What are they hiding? What are they hiding by not showing it? Okay. I keep asking the question, what are they hiding? Presently, there are probably 46 earthquakes in Indonesia today. 46 earthquakes. 30 earthquakes over in the Philippines to the north. One, because they had a 7.4 earthquake there. But there are more earthquakes as well. Okay. Let's go over to Papua Indonesia. Actually, Papua New Guinea, I'm sorry. Papua New Guinea. This is a 4.6 near Aveyah, Indonesia here. That's a 4.6 in Aveyah, Indonesia. They're not showing all the earthquakes here either. Then you take down the webcam again. There it is. There's the 4.6 Napa Peru, Indonesia. But guess what? It's not the largest earthquake of the bunch. There's a 4.8. There's a 4.8. They're showing a 4.6. Here's a 3.4. There's a 2.6 here. Question is, why are they not showing those earthquakes? I just showed you an even larger earthquake that they haven't shown you. Why? What's their point in hiding it? Down here to the west is a 2.8. Why are they hiding the information? That's not all, folks. There's more. Let me show you something. Over here in Australia, right here in Northern Australia, this is a 2.93.0 earthquake. This is a 2.93.0 earthquake here. Interesting. They're not showing this either. USGS rarely shows any earthquakes in Australia at all. They're not showing you any here. Not one. Okay? Now, we have another good-sized earthquake over in Tonga area, right here. There's the Tonga earthquake here. This is a 5.1 large earthquake here. Right next to it, another earthquake here. This is a 4.5. Guys, this is 345 miles deep. 345 miles deep. That's a deep earthquake. That is a deep earthquake, guys. This is 556 kilometers deep. 4.5 moderate earthquake. This earthquake that you see highlighted in blue is going to propagate or birth a larger, shallower quake. This earthquake is going to birth a 5.4 earthquake. It's going to birth a 5.4 earthquake that is shallower, even shallower than this is. Probably a 6.2 mile deep, 10 kilometer deep earthquake. But it's going to be a 5.4 earthquake sometime within the next 3 to 10 days. So far, we've been right on without those forecasts. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Earthquakes all over. Literally. I want to go over to South America here. Right there. USGS is showing only one earthquake over here in Chile. No other earthquakes all throughout the country. All throughout the continent. This is a 4.1 here, northeast of San Felipe, Chile here. Central Chile. Guess what? It's not the only one here. Look at the other earthquakes here in Chile. 10 plus earthquakes in northern Chile as well as all kinds of earthquakes here in central Chile area, going over even into Argentina. Then one more earthquake to the south here, way down here in the south. Okay. This earthquake to the south is a 2.8 minor earthquake. 2.8 minor earthquake. Okay, it's in Santa Cruz Province, Argentina. This is Santa Cruz Province, Argentina. Minor earthquake. Okay. This is a 2.8. This is a 2.7. These are minor earthquakes. Going north, here's a 4.1 earthquake. That's a 4.1 earthquake that USGS was showing us. 4.1. Interesting. Just north there is another 2.7. Going east in the Andes Mountains. This is a 2.6 earthquake here. The top of the Andes Mountains here in Chile, Argentina area. Interesting. Okay, that 4.1 is on the western side of the Andes Mountains in Chile. This earthquake just slightly to the north and east is in El Salvador, San Juan, Argentina, on the top of the Andes Mountains. This is the border of the Argentine-Chile area, top of the Andes Mountains here. That's where it's at. Now, what else do you see here? Do you see volcano craters here? Oh, you betcha. As I said before, I believe these earthquakes here are volcanic in origin. Magma down beneath these earthquakes, causing these earthquakes. Magma fracturing rock inside the magma chamber here in the Andes Mountains, causing earth movement. I believe that's what's going on here. Out here further to the west, this also is in a volcanic field. This is a 2.5 earthquake. That's a volcanic field, guys. Huge volcanic field there. It's not the only thing here. Going over to the north and west near Atacama, Chile. This is another 2.8 earthquake here. USGS is not even telling the story here. Then we go up to northern Chile. Right up here. Okay. Again, we go over the top of the Andes Mountains here. This is a 3.5 small earthquake. Right next to it, we have a 4.1 moderate earthquake there. Going up to the north, right up this area here, we have a series of earthquakes here. I'm just going to read these to you from south to north. That's a 3.1 earthquake. 3.1 earthquake, a 4.5 to the west. 4.5 moderate earthquake to the west. To the north, we have a 3.0, a 3.1, a 2.8. And off to the northwest from there, another 3.7. Two more earthquakes to the north here, three actually. This one is a 2.6 earthquake, minor earthquake. One more just north there. This is a 2.9, 3.0. To the north of there, two more earthquakes. We have a 3.6 and a 2.8. 3.6 and 2.8. Earthquakes all over northern Chile. Literally all over northern Chile. Nobody wants to talk about that, do they? Heaven forbid. Why are we having earthquakes here? Why do you think we're having earthquakes here? Look at all these volcanoes. These are volcanic cones. Interesting how that happens, huh? But again, our agency doesn't want anybody to know about it. They don't even talk about it. Let's go to Venezuela. Remember last week, about the same time last week, we had a 7.4 earthquake here? Major earthquake, wasn't it? A big deal. Guess what? We're still having earthquakes here. This is a 2.8 earthquake here. And then 10 plus other earthquakes here as well. Right there. Aftershocks, guys. Aftershocks here of a major earthquake here last week. Okay? We have a service quake, 0.0 service quake, Piedra del Tigre, Lara, Venezuela. That's a 0.0 service quake. Going over here to the west, right here. This is a 3.6 small earthquake there. 3.6 going east to the northeast. 3.5, 3.6 to the northwest. This is another 4.42. 4.42 here. Okay. Back to the east, 3.3. 3.7. Down here, a 3.5. 3 more quakes. This is a 3.4. To the northeast, this is another 4.2. Over here to the northwest, this is a 3.7. Where's this at? Let's zoom in and take a look at it. It's another volcanic area. It's another volcanic area. Guys, when we have earthquakes like this, major earthquake, it may or may not have been volcanic, but this is surrounded by volcanic fields. This is surrounded by a volcanic field here. That's why this is all happening. There's always a reason it's happening. There's always a reason it's happening. USGS only showed us one earthquake, more like 40 earthquakes in South America. 40 earthquakes in South America. Let's go over Alaska, and then I want to come back down into the South Pacific. Over here in Alaska, let's take a look at these earthquakes in red. Earthquakes in red just happened within the last half hour. This earthquake over here in the southern part of Denali National Park. This is a 1.4 earthquake north of Mount Redoubt. 1.4 minor tremor over here north of Mount Redoubt. Over here northeast, this is a 2.0 minor earthquake here. 2.0 minor earthquake here. Over the northwest side of northwest side of Denali National Park. This is a 1.7 tremor here. Over on the northeast side of Denali here, this is a 1.5 tremor here. Okay, let's go down here to Anchorage. Okay, to the northwest side of Anchorage, across the Cook Inlet here. The Cook Inlet here, guys. This is a 2.8 earthquake here. This is the body of water here between Anchorage and where this earthquake is. This is a 2.8 earthquake 4 kilometers southwest of Big Lake, Alaska. Way down here to the south of Anchorage here. The south of Anchorage here. This is the 1.6 tremor here. Yes, we have earthquakes here in Alaska. They're continuing to happen. Okay? Just briefly want to make a stop over here near Yakutak, Alaska, near Juneau. Okay? Over here near Juneau. We had a big deal here at the end of last week. Near gale force winds out here, 60 to 65 miles per hour winds over here near Edgecombe Volcano. Okay? Big, huge gale force winds, a hurricane here in Alaska, southeast Alaska. Things have calmed down here. We have no earthquakes here to speak of, so far anyway. Okay? Let's go further south. USGS is not reporting any earthquakes in this area. Fancy that. Fancy that. Guess what? I'm going to show you earthquakes here. I'm going to show you some earthquakes. Okay? Right here. This is north of Jamestown, Washington. That's a 1.7 tremor here. That's the only earthquake they're showing you. Guess what? It's not. It's not. Over here in Canada, this is a 1.88 tremor here. 1.88 tremor, guess what? Earlier today, USGS had this listed as a quarry blast. They had this listed as a quarry blast. I want to show you something. Okay, you see Whistler here? That is a huge ski resort here in Vancouver, Washington. Vancouver, British Columbia, I should say. Vancouver, British Columbia. Let me show you something. This is that same earthquake I'm talking about, but it's not an earthquake. It's not it's not a quarry blast. This is an earthquake. It's an earthquake. This is over on the edge of the forested area right next to a river. Literally right next to a river, or it may actually be in the river. It's not a quarry blast at all. This is a 2.0 earthquake. It's a 2.0 earthquake here, not a quarry blast, not an explosion. Okay? Again, I wish USGS would get its act together. They see something, they see what might be a quarry, even near there, or maybe it might not be anywhere near there. They're calling it an explosion. It's not. It's an earthquake. This is part of the Cascade subduction zone region. This is all part of the Cascade subduction zone region. Demon Catman says spontaneous combustion is carnivorous. Pretty much true. It's pretty much true, guys. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. Demon Catman sent this to me months ago. Spontaneous combustion is carnivorous, an exploding tree. In this case, this was right on the edge of a river in British Columbia. Andrew O'Neill, thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Andrew O'Neill just gave us a $20 super chat here. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate like all get out. I'm giving you an EMA sticker on your super chat. I'm also giving you a thumbs up as well. Andrea, thank you so much. We appreciate that super chat. It means a lot to us. But guys, everything is not as it seems. Not as it seems. It's not a quarry blast. It's an earthquake. It's not a quarry blast. It's not an explosion. It's an earthquake. Not spontaneous combustion carnivorous either. I like to joke around about that because it might as well be, because the USGS doesn't get it. They just plain don't get it. Now, I'm going to take it a step farther. Right here. Okay? This supposedly is another one of those explosions. They're calling this a 1.5 explosion. Capital, Washington. This happens to be the second one in 2 weeks. The second explosion supposedly in Capital, Washington. Let's zoom into it. I just love this. This happens to be in a farmer's field. This happens to be in a farmer's field. It's a 1.3 or 1.53 tremor. Not explosion, but a tremor. Look where it's at. It's on a frickin' roadway. This explosion supposedly is right on a roadway. We don't explode things right upon the roadway. Never happens. Except if there might be a a spontaneous combustion carnivorous on the roadway. Hey Dean, have you ever seen an spontaneous combustion carnivorous right next to a roadway? Demon Catman says shake, rattle, and roll. Pretty much. The right stuff is here in the chat saying just waiting here for the shaking to start. Incredible. Just incredible. Andrea O'Neill, thank you for that super chat. She says, hi, everyone. Glad to help when I can. Love Ron's work. I love you, Andrea. You're awesome. But again, that's not the only earthquake here. Not the only one here. Out to the northeast. Out to the northeast. Guess what? Oh, I just love this. I just love this. See this earthquake here? This is northwest of Mount Rainier, Carbonado, Washington. Carbonado, Washington. This is a 0.6 microquake. 0.6 microquake. USGS is not showing any earthquakes at all at Mount Rainier today. I'm here to tell you that's a fallacy. We have a bunch of earthquakes here at Mount Rainier. I'll be showing to you in a few minutes. We go south here to Mount St. Helens. USGS is telling us there's a minus 0.1 microquake here. Minus numbers mean above sea level. I'm sorry, USGS, you're full of crap. You're full of crap. Okay? This happens to be 22 miles deep. That happens to be 22 miles deep. It's not above sea level at all. It's down inside Mount St. Helens. Down, way down deep inside Mount St. Helens. There happens to be another 0.31 microquake here, supposedly at Mount St. Helens as well. Interesting enough, this is also 22 miles deep, originating in the same place as the other one. Interesting. Interesting old cigar. Now, USGS is not talking about this other one I'm going to show you here. This is southeast of Mount St. Helens. This is a 0.63 microquake here. USGS not showing it. Again, I'm asking why. Why? Why are they not showing it? They're not showing anything here at Mount Hood. They're not showing anything here at Mount Hood at all. They're showing another supposed explosion here. This is hard even to fathom. Okay? It's hard even to fathom. USGS is calling this a 2.1 minor explosion. It's out in the middle of a field. It's out in the middle of a field here, right next to the roadway. Hey, Demon Catman, do they explode things right next to roadways? Demon Catman says we need to give them math lessons for Christmas. Pretty much. USGS is calling this a 2.1 explosion here near Dundee, Oregon. It's an earthquake. It's not an explosion, it's an earthquake. It blows my mind. This blows my mind. Anyway, guys, these are things that are happening. I want to take you now over to the seismograms. I want to show you what is really happening. Because USGS says we're having explosions, that we're having nothing going on. But they're not showing anything. They're showing us baloney. They're showing us nothing but baloney. Let's go over here to the seismograms here. This is Wish, Washington. Okay. Wish, Washington. Look what we're having. We're having earthquakes. See these horizontal lines here? Number one, they delineate time. They delineate time. Each horizontal line here lasts 20 seconds or 20 minutes. 20 minutes. The thicker the lines, the more magma going through the magma chamber here. These don't happen to be anywhere near volcanoes though. So what we're seeing here with the thicker lines, we're seeing magma being transported underneath the surface where we walk, underneath the surface of the earth where we walk, and we're having more and more magma. The thinner lines here represent less magma going through the magma chambers. Look what we're seeing here. Where we see some of these thicker lines, we're seeing more tremors and earthquakes. We're seeing more tremors and earthquakes. USGS is not even talking about what's going on here. Look what we're seeing. We're seeing tremors and earthquakes, especially down here at the bottom. The bottom here on the red line is 115 on the left-hand side. 115 on the left-hand side, and then we come over here to 118. 118. On the blue line, this would be 1230, 1233 here. 2.2, 2.3 earthquake. Over here, right on the blue line, excuse me, on the red line, we have 1.5, 1.7, 1.8 tremors here. Come further over here on the red line here. On the left-hand side again, this is 115. Here we're already over here at 1:21 p.m. Pacific time. This longer line here will be 1:24 p.m. This is a 2.6, 2.7 earthquake. Again, the thicker the lines, the more magma coming through the magma chamber underneath the ground here. Underneath the ground, headed towards the volcanoes here. But as you can see, we're having earthquakes and tremors all over the place. The United States Geological Survey didn't show any of this, did they? None of it. Why are we seeing it on the seismic when we're not seeing it on the map? Inquiring minds want to know. Interesting enough, we'll never hear from them. Never hear from them. Guys, with me, it blows my mind. Blows my mind. Let's go over here to Gerhardt, Oregon. I'm sorry, this was Gerhardt, Oregon. I'm sorry. Let's go over to Rainier, Oregon. Southern Oregon here. Look at this. See all these tiny tremors here? Nowhere on the tremor map or on the USGS map are they showing all these tremors here. They're not showing the earthquakes either. These earthquakes were later this morning. Later this morning after 7 a.m. 7 a.m., 7:15 a.m. here on the black and red lines here. Interesting. Let's take a look on the tremor map. For kicks and giggles, let's look at the tremor map here. Look at the tremor map. The tremor map does not show us any earthquakes at all. No tremors all the way through southern Washington and Oregon. Yet I just showed you 2 seismograms in Oregon where we had a ton of tremors. Then here, southwestern Canada, Grays Harbor area, the Puget Sound area here, Olympia, Washington, all the way through the Panhandle of Washington here, nothing. Or the Peninsula of Washington. Nothing on the USGS map, but on this one, we have a ton of tremors, don't we? Tons of tremors. Why are we not seeing this on the earthquake map? Hurricane Heather says that's concerning, yes. For those of you that have not been with this program for very long, what do we have over here at the top of the Panhandle? What do we have here at the top of the Panhandle? Not Panhandle, but top of the Peninsula of Washington. Can you say Olympia, Washington? The volcano? Now, I don't believe all these tremors belong to the volcano. But I do believe the volcano is causing some of the tremors. Not all of these, but some of them. It's interesting to know there are over 290 tremors on the earthquake map. USGS not showing any of this. USGS not showing any of this on their USGS map. But you see it over here on the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network map. 293 epicenters. Interesting. As Dr. Spock would say, fascinating, Captain. Fascinating. But this is what actually is happening. Let's take a look at Jewel, Oregon here. Let me bring this back down to size here, I'm sorry. Okay, guys, this is Jewel, Oregon. USGS not showing this on the map, are they? We have a lot of earthquakes and we have a lot of tremors, don't we? I shouldn't say we have a lot of earthquakes. We have a lot of tremors here. And 2.5 earthquake here. Jewel, Oregon. How about Pale, Oregon? Or Pale, Washington, I should say. Pale, Washington. They're not showing any of this either. Pale is not here on the Olympic Peninsula. Harbor Grove says Rainier is in her thumbnail picture. That's cool. Guys, this is happening. Happening all over the place. Earthquakes everywhere. Literally earthquakes everywhere. Now, I want to go over Orcas Island since we're in the northern part of the Olympic Peninsula over in the Puget Sound area. Orcas Island, look at this. Yes, we have some tremors here. We're also seeing 2.8, 2.9 earthquakes. 2.0, 2.5, 2.8, 2.9 earthquakes and a lot of tremors here. Orcas Island Airport, East Sound, Washington. Fascinating. Grays Harbor. Now, guys, just because the seismogram here doesn't show us anything but one earthquake and a couple tiny tremors, there's a lot more going on than they're showing here. Okay? We can zoom in here. We can zoom in here and see what's happening. This blue line here is 11:44 a.m. this morning. 2.4 tremor. Over here on the left-hand side. 12:15, this is 12:18 here. 12:18, we have a 2.7, 2.8 earthquake here. Grays Harbor, Washington. That's near where Harbor Girl is. Unreal. Let's go look at the coastline of Washington. This is at the law enforcement unit for the Department of Fish and Game in Washington. USGS is not showing this either. Ton of tremors. This is, I believe this is close to 75 tremors here in this area. 75 tremors here. USGS shows none. Let's go over to Pacific County, Washington. Same kind of deal here. We have tons and tons of tremors here. Over on the right side. This would be 11:44 a.m. this morning. We have a 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. Again, they're not showing this on the map. Why are they not showing this 2.8 earthquake here on the map? They don't want anybody to believe that there's earthquakes at all. 2.0, 2.9 cannot, most of the time cannot even be felt. They're very tiny earthquakes. Very tiny earthquakes. Let's go over to Leavenworth, Washington. Look at this, guys. We have tremors and we have minor earthquakes here. The blobs here represent magma that's come in here in a tiny blob in some cases or a larger blob in others. But that earthquake, that magma is causing earthquakes, causing rock fraction in the magma channel where this magma is going towards the volcano. That's what we're seeing here. Okay. Look what happened last night. Those just tremors. 1.2, 1.3, 1.6, 1.7 tremors there. Late this morning, on the right side. Again, we have magma causing tremors here. Over here in the center right here, on that red earthquake there. This red earthquake is at 11:28 a.m. this morning. 11:28 a.m. this morning. Interesting. A 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. Then about 40 minutes later, on this black line, 2.5, 2.6 earthquake. Then we have more tremors here. Leavenworth, Washington. Interesting. Let's go over again to the coastline, LaSalle, Washington. Harmonic tremors again. Harmonic tremors. Magma headed towards the volcano is causing harmonic tremors in the ground, causing the ground to vibrate. That's what this is all about. LaSalle, Washington. Interesting, huh? Let's go north to Mount Baker now. Okay. During the past 8 to 10 weeks, we've seen harmonic tremors. We're seeing even more than there, or more right here. But we're also seeing an earthquake here as well. We have an earthquake here. This earthquake is right after 1:17 a.m. this morning. 1:17 a.m. this morning here. 2.7, 2.8 earthquake here. Mount Baker, a volcano, just south of the Canadian border. Just south of the Canadian border, guys. Interesting. Just south of the Canadian border. There's more than that. Let me go over to the north side of Mount Baker. Okay. I want to go over to Mount Baker, Shuckson Mountain. North side of Mount Baker is a ski resort called Shuckson Ski Area. Guess what? Guess what's going on here? Just a second, guys. Apparently, I'm not able to. Just a second, let me do this again here. Right here. These wavy lines here are what they call VLF wave lines caused by magma coming into the volcanic chamber at Mount Baker. All these wavy lines here, guys, what's it mean? It means we have a lot of magma coming into Mount Baker. And again, on the other seismographs, they're not hardly showing anything. They're hardly showing anything. Yes, they are showing harmonic tremors, but these would show you we would have more earthquakes. The more magma coming into the magma chamber is going to cause more rock fracturing, which is going to cause more earth movement. They're not hardly showing any other earth movement on the seismograph at all. That means the agency, the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network and the USGS is lying to us. Because we would see more earthquakes here at Mount Baker than they are wanting to show us. They're not showing any of that. What we're showing you here is a lot of magma movement at Mount Baker. A lot. This is heavy-duty magma movement on Mount Baker. But heaven forbid they show it to us. Now I want to go over and show you one other side at Mount Baker. This Baker Kendall. This seismogram is on another part of Mount Baker near the summit. Here at least we're seeing some tremors here. Bunch of tremors. At the bottom of this seismogram, we're showing you a bunch of harmonic tremors and some minor earthquakes as well, minor tremors. Mount Baker's moving. It's moving a lot. But heaven forbid they show us exactly what's going on, because they don't want us to know at all. They don't want us to know what's going on. So they're not going to show it to us. This is Glacier Peak. This is 40 miles southwest of Mount Baker. Up at the top. Up at the top. These are tremors here. A lot of tremors here at Glacier Peak. Here at the top, this is 5 p.m. yesterday afternoon. The black line here is 5 p.m. yesterday afternoon. The top red line is 5:15. The next blue line is 5:30. Next red line after that is 6:15. Bunch of tremors, huh? Mount Rainier is also moving. Let's come down here to this earthquake in the left center here. This is after 2:15 this morning. This is closer to, I want to say, 2:20 a.m. this morning. 2:20 a.m. this morning, this is a 2.5, 2.6 earthquake. Over to the right. This is on the blue line just beneath that, which means over on the left-hand side, it'll be 2:30. Over here, we're talking about 2:43 a.m. this morning. That's also a 2.7, 2.8 earthquake. Minor earthquake. Then what are they showing us here? This is Glacier Peak. This heavy-duty wavy line here is a Philippine quake. The 7.4 earthquake in the Philippines. Okay? It started at approximately 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, which will be 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time, which jives exactly with where this earthquake is on the seismogram. 7.4 magnitude earthquake in the Philippines. It's showing up on the seismogram here at Glacier Peak. Why did it not show up on the seismogram at Mount Baker? Inquiring minds want to know. They scrubbed it. They scrubbed it from the seismogram on Mount Baker. Let me show you some more seismograms that will blow your mind here. This is not the only one that's going to blow your mind here. Okay? Let's go over to Mount Rainier. Good old Mount Rainier. Look at this. This is Camp Sherman. USGS would have us believe we have no earthquakes at Mount Rainier today. This proves USGS is BS. Nothing but BS. Up at the top of this seismogram. Again, it starts off at 5 p.m. yesterday afternoon. It shows tremors, it shows minor earthquakes here. On this red line here, after 6, 7, 8, 9, approximately 9 19 a.m. on this red line. This is a 2.7 earthquake. 2.7 earthquake here on the red line. We're seeing quite a few earthquakes. How about this one on the blue line here, just to the right, down below it? This would be after 1:30 in the morning this morning. Okay. This earthquake would have to occur at 1:37 p.m., 1:37 a.m. this morning on this blue line. 2.9, 3.0 earthquake. This other remarkable emblem here, or not emblem, but this symbol here on the right-hand side of this diagram is a magma churn signal. Superheated magma causes these magma churn signals on the seismogram. Magma churn signals typically are 23 to 24 lines high. Let's zoom in here and let's count these lines. Okay, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines high. What does that mean? That means the seismologists have turned down the seismograph here by down to 30%. They turned the seismograph down 70% here. The seismogram here is only showing us 30% of real world, which means this red earthquake on this red line here is actually a 3.3 earthquake. 3.3 earthquake today. Fascinating. How about this blue earthquake on this blue line here after 1:30, 1:37 this morning? That would put this at least 3.7 to 4.0 earthquake. 3.7 to 4.0 earthquake. Yeah. Mount Rainier is moving. Regardless of whether USGS wants to show anything on the seismic, the USGS earthquake map, you see that what's in reality, what's going on here. We have tremors, not just microquakes. We have tremors. We also have full-blown earthquakes here at Mount Rainier. And this is just Camp Sherman. Let's take a look at Mount Rainier, Camp Muir. We have to look at them all. We have to get a good idea of what's going on here at the volcanoes. Guess what? Camp Muir is on the south side of Mount Rainier. The south end of Mount Rainier near the summit. Here we're showing harmonic tremors. We're showing a lot of tremors here. But in this case at Camp Muir, we're also seeing that earthquake in the Philippines here. We didn't see it on the Mount Baker seismogram. We didn't see it on the Camp Sherman seismogram here at Mount Rainier. We're seeing it on the Camp Muir seismogram. Meaning the last seismogram was scrubbed. They scrubbed it off. They don't want to see everything that's going on. Okay? That's Mount Rainier. Let's look on the northeast side of Mount Rainier to Carbon River Station. Carbon River Ranger Station here, just northwest of Mount Rainier. What are we seeing here? Up at the top last night, we had a bunch of tremors, didn't we? Absolutely did. Early this morning, we had a bunch of tremors as well. Here we're seeing not just tremors, we're seeing earthquakes here, as well as the Philippine earthquake here on the seismogram. We're seeing earthquakes happening here at the west side, Mount Rainier here at Carbon Station. But we are also seeing the Philippine quake here. That's a powerful earthquake. Unreal. Now, I want to show you Mount St. Helens. This is Mount Rainier, East Dome, Mount St. Helens. The seismograph here sits on top of the dome of the rock. The East Dome seismograph sits on top of the rock. The great big huge volcanic rock that was left over after the mountain cooled down when Mount St. Helens last erupted back in 2003. Look what we're seeing here. Yes, we're seeing harmonic tremors here. We're seeing other tremors here as well. Up at the top on the right-hand side on the red line. That red line over on the left-hand side would be 9:15. But over here, we're talking 9:20, actually probably 9:27 a.m. this morning. Actually, not this morning, 9:27 p.m. last night. 9:27 p.m. last night. 2.3, 2.5 earthquake here. Caused by magma here. Caused by magma. You see a lot of other harmonic tremors here because the mountain is moving. The magma is causing harmonic tremors here at Mount St. Helens. Here we see this morning the Philippine quake. But after that, here after 10 a.m. this morning, 10:06 a.m. this morning, 2.9, 3.0 earthquake here. Okay. 2.9, 3.0 earthquake here. Mount St. Helens, guys. Mount St. Helens is moving. It's kicking butt here. You don't see this on the seismogram because on the seismogram, all they're showing is microquakes. That's all they show on the USGS seismogram, or not seismogram, earthquake map. All they show there are microquakes. As you can plainly see, there's more than just microquakes happening. These are tremors. Tremors at Mount St. Helens. Let's look at the main seismogram at Mount St. Helens. Look what we're seeing here. Up at the top, yes, we have some microquakes. We're also seeing some minor tremors. A lot of minor tremors all evening long. Literally all evening long, going into the early hours of this morning. Then about 10 o'clock this morning, all heck broke loose with the Philippine quake. So yes, we're seeing the Philippine quake here on the Mount St. Helens register. Then let's zoom in here later this morning on this black line here. Okay. Look what's going on here, guys. This is 10:09 a.m. this morning. We're seeing 2.5, 2.7, 2.8 earthquake here. Then all of a sudden a 2.9 earthquake as well. Caused by magma here. Caused by magma. This is a September lobe seismogram. The main seismogram. We've come to rely on them on the September low seismogram because most of the time everything else is all foobarred. Yeah. It's just a fabulous thing. But the seismogram we always want to look at is this one. This is what is actually going on at Mount St. Helens last night and right now. Last night, as you can see, very little happened. Very little magma is going through the magma chamber. That's why all we saw were tremors. That's all we saw last night were tremors. But today, early this morning through the rest of the day today, heavy-duty magma infill coming into the volcano. Heavy-duty magma coming into Mount St. Helens. That's what's going on. Hurricane Heather says spidergrams. Yes, looks like it, doesn't it? This is what happens when there's heavy-duty magma coming into the magma chamber of the volcano. Craziness. Utter craziness. You folks that live anywhere near Mount St. Helens should be aware of what's going on. You can't rely on the USGS map because they are going to lie through their teeth. You have to go over the Pacific Northwest Seismic Network and go over to the seismograms, the seismogram map. Then you have to look for the earthquakes at the volcanoes. Again, Mount Rainier is not quite as bad today as Mount St. Helens is. Mount St. Helens looks like it's rip-roaring. Mount Rainier is moving, but it's not moving to this extent. It's a big deal. It's a real big deal. What do we know? What do we know here? The bottom line is this. Really, nothing's changed here in the Pacific Northwest. Yes, we're still seeing earthquakes. We're still seeing a buttload of earthquakes here. We're going to continue to see earthquakes here for a very long time. That's because Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are getting ready to erupt. Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are getting ready to erupt. Hurricane Heather, you're not immature, not at all. Not at all. That's what it looked like, spidergrams, spider webs. Carol would say the same thing. Demon Catman says when you lose your inner child and sense of humor, you have little left but money, misery. Little left but money, little left but misery. You've got to keep your sense of humor. Mount St. Helens and Mount Rainier are getting ready to erupt. We've talked about this a lot, a whole lot. This is just another element of this. We have to keep an eye out. We're going to keep a very close eye on both of these volcanoes. Now, there's very little happening at Mount Hood. That's the only reason I didn't show it. There is very little happening. Now, if that changes this week, I will talk about it. Oh, yes, I will talk about it all over the place. But right now, the volcanoes over in Oregon are not having huge effect on what's going on. Yes, I've shown you earthquakes in Oregon. I've shown you earthquakes in Washington. Those are true. But when it comes to the volcanoes in Oregon, things have quieted down. Things have quieted down. That could change at any time. I want to emphasize what is going on at Mount St. Helens and what's going on at Mount Rainier. Both volcanoes continue to show signs of craziness, literal craziness. Yes, both volcanoes could erupt at any time. It's almost imminent. It's almost imminent, guys. Now, I want to give you an update what happened in Michigan on Sunday. I'm going to play this video from Bishop Schwab in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Bishop Schwab is Bishop of the Grand Blanc Ward. I want to play this video for you because he spells it out exactly what's going on. Please listen to this and be very aware of it.
Thank you for your prayers. We feel them. We appreciate you thinking of us. We have so many people offering assistance, so for that I thank you. I want everyone to know and understand that our ward and our community will be well. We will come together through the power of our Savior Jesus Christ, and we will be happy and find joy again. I know there's a lot of people suffering right now, but we share in that testimony and that love of Jesus Christ, and that through him we'll find that peace and joy that is missing today and tomorrow and the next few days, but it will come. And I'm grateful for everybody's support at this time in helping us heal and get through that process. The Lord carries us. That is 100% something I have learned in the last 24 hours. This is not anything any of us could do on our own. I don't have the strength to do this on my own. The members who lost family can't get through this on their own. But I know the Lord carries us through these hard times. He is there with us by day and through those hard nights. And that if we trust in him and rely on him, we'll find that peace and joy that he's promised. And I have seen that in the last day. He will get us through this. These are opportunities to see the good in people. I think very often we focus on the bad. All of us make mistakes. We see bad around us. But there is so much more good in the world today. We are all children of the same loving Heavenly Father. And inherently, we love to help each other. We love to be kind. And while this is sad, these are opportunities to share that love with each other and remind one another who we are and what's important. I think that's inherent in where we come from and where are we going. We're reminded of those things at this time. So we will attempt to keep that foremost in our minds at this time of who we are and that we are one united family under a loving Heavenly Father.
That was a great message from Bishop Schwab in Grand Blanc, Michigan. Now, a friend of mine allows me to show you this video here. This is a great man. This is a really great man, a friend of mine. This man is Billy Dean. Billy Dean, guys. He wanted me to show you this video. He sung the video that we play on Sunday mornings for a Sunday school class. Come follow me, the Savior said. Billy Dean, ladies and gentlemen. Just a second, I don't know why we don't have video or audio in here. Hold on a second, I'll get it. Give me a second, guys. I'm sorry. Just a second.
I am a child of God, and He has sent me here, has given me an earthly home, with parents kind and dear. So lead me and guide me, walk beside me, help me find the way. Teach me all that I must do to live with Him someday. I am a child of God, and so my needs are great. Help me to understand His word before it grows too late. Lead me, guide me, walk beside me, help me find the way. Help me to understand His word before it grows too late. Lead me, guide me, walk beside me, help me find the way. Teach me all that I must do to live with Him someday. I am a child of God. Rich blessings are in store if I but learn to do His will. I'll live with Him once more. So lead me and guide me, and walk beside me, help me find the way. Teach me all that I must do to live with Him someday.
Lead me, guide me, walk beside me, help me find the way. Teach me all that I must do to live with Him someday. Each one of us are child of God, children of God. Let's never forget it. Let's never lose what we have. Let's always remember that we are children of God. we can follow him. I want to thank everybody that's been here for us today. I appreciate and love each one of you. We're truly here as servants of our Heavenly Father on this earth to help us get through life, to help us find the way. I play this song for a reason. It's one of my favorites. From when I was a young man, a buddy of mine and I were in Sweden together. A man named John Martineau. He and I grew up in Pocatello, Idaho together. John and I played in the canal together as kids. We did a lot of things. Then our parents moved us away. When I was 19 years old, I went to Sweden as a missionary. I saw John Martineau once I got out in the mission field. He and I had been separated for many, many years. Then all of a sudden, even at the end of our missions, we had been there 2 years. We got back together again. And we were together for another 2 or 3 months before we became separated again. Every morning before we went out to preach the gospel, we sung this song, "Come Follow Me," the Savior said. I am a child of God. I am a child of God. I love this hymn. A year to the day that we got home, I went to San Diego and John went back to Pocatello, Idaho. A year to the day that we got home, John went out on the American Fork Reservoir in southeastern Idaho. A freak storm came up and he drowned on the American Fork Reservoir. I will never, ever forget John Martineau, a great man, a great brother in Christ. I am a child of God. Each one of us are children of God. I appreciate each one of you, brothers and sisters. All of us are children of God. Please remember that. Don't forget that. I appreciate all of you that have been here with us today. I want to thank our moderators here, best moderators in the business. I love each and every one of you. You guys are great. I want to thank Anne Marie for giving us a super chat today. Greatly appreciated. May God be with you this day and always. If anything else happens today, or tonight, we'll be back here on the air to tell you about it as soon as the information becomes available. But we'll be back here tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock with another episode of with another episode of Emergency Management Associates. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate each one of you. God be with you until we meet again. We'll see you on the other side. God bless everybody. Much love.